Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Dark Study. If you are new, then subscribe my channel. In my previous video, we have learned about the properties of nucleus, and today we will learn about nuclear forces. Friends, do you know with what forces do nucleus attract electrons, and how does the neutron and proton are always found together? Friends, they are attracted by a force called nuclear force. Nuclear force is created when two substances are kept at a distance of separation 10 to the power minus 15 meter or a femtometer. And this force is stronger than a gravitational force and an electromagnetic force. This force is only responsible for keeping the nucleons bound in a nucleus. This nuclear force operates between proton and proton, neutron and neutron, and as well as between proton and neutron. This force is much stronger than repulsive Coulomb force between two protons, and thus the nucleus stays bound. This nuclear force is not yet completely understood, and physicists are still working on it. But some of the qualitative properties of nuclear forces are given by physicists. They are: first, nuclear forces are strong ranged. As the separation between two nucleus is more than 10 FM, then nuclear force is negligible. Thus, the range to which the nuclear forces is effective is called nuclear range. The second point is nuclear force are much stronger than electromagnetic force in the nuclear range, as I have told you earlier. Third point is nuclear forces are independent of charge, as the nuclear force between two protons and two neutrons are same, and between proton and neutron are same. Thus, they are independent of charge. An important property of a nuclear force is that it is not a central force. They depends on the direction of the spin of the nucleons. For example, the force is stronger if the spins of the nucleons are parallel. That means that both nucleons must have same spin quantum. This spin quantum number is explained in my previous video. Go and check it there. And the force is weak if the spin of the nucleons are antiparallel. That means that both nucleons have different spin quantum number. If one is positive, then other must be negative. Friends, we know nuclear forces favor pairing of two protons and two neutrons together. As light nuclei has a stronger nuclear radius, thus they have stronger nuclear forces and they remain together. Therefore, the neutron number and the proton number Z are mostly equal in light nuclei. And in heavier nuclei, the nuclear radius is large. Therefore, nuclear force are not strong for the neutron and proton which are away from nuclear spin. That's why Coulomb force are strong there, and thus heavier nuclear can decay easily. Stability can be achieved when a nucleus has more neutron than proton, as neutron does not take part in Coulomb repulsion. Therefore, N by Z ratio of heavier stable nuclei is greater than 1. But friends, don't expect that too many neutrons in a nucleus are stable, as they does not have pairing with protons. This increases the energy of the nucleus and they become unstable. The heaviest stable nuclide is bismuth, having atomic mass 209 and atomic number 83. Friends, our next topic is binding energy. Friends, we have learned about the concept of binding energy of hydrogen atom in previous chapter. I am defining it once again for you, as if the constituents of hydrogen atoms are brought from infinity to form the atom, then 13.6 eV energy is released. Therefore, binding energy of hydrogen atom is 13.6 eV. When we supply 13.6 eV energy to hydrogen atom, then its constituents are separated to a large distance. In this way, nucleons are bound together in a nucleus, and when energy is supplied to this nucleus, these constituents again separate and become nucleons. The amount of energy needed to do this are called binding energy of the nucleus. Here in this figure, you can see that when binding energy is supplied to nucleus, then they are separated at a distance. And when free nucleons come together to form nucleus, this binding energy is released. From this figure, we get that the rest mass energy of a nucleus is smaller than the rest mass energy of the nucleons in free state. Friends, we will now derive the formula of binding energy. We know rest mass energy of free protons is mc square and that of a free neutron is mc square. If a nucleus has a mass m, capital M, its rest mass energy is capital MC square. If a nucleus contains n number of neutron and z number of proton, therefore rest mass energy of its nucleons in free state is zmc square plus nmc square. Therefore, the binding energy of the nucleus is free nucleons minus nucleus. Therefore, this becomes B is equal to Zm plus Nm minus M whole into C square. Friends, we will now put the atomic mass value in place of nuclear mass. Then the above equation becomes B is equal to Zm H plus Nm minus M Z plus N at subscript and Z at superscript X whole into C square. Here M11H is the mass of hydrogen atom and Z plus N ZX is the mass of an atom with Z protons and N neutrons. This verifies that the mass of electrons are cancelled in the above equation. Friends, we know number of protons are equal to that number of neutrons. So there are Z electrons in hydrogen atoms and also in Z plus N ZX atom. This cancellation mainly occur in this type of equation as the values are too small and sometimes atomic masses are taken in place of nuclear masses. And these things are neglected in this type of equation. We will see that this cancellation will not work in case of alpha and beta decay. We will learn about this in my next video. Friends, a very useful quantity in nuclear physics is binding energy per nucleon, as this shows that the large quantity of energy is required to bring out the nucleon from this stable nucleus. This figure shows the plot of binding energy per nucleon against the mass. For example, binding energy of a deuteron is 2.22 MeV, so that the binding energy per nucleon is 2.22 MeV by 2. That gives 1.11 MeV. Friends, as the mass number increases, the binding energy per nucleon also increases, and the maximum binding energy per nucleon is about 8.7 MeV for mass number between 50 to 80. Now, the thing here to notice is that as the mass number increases further, the binding energy per nucleus decreases. For example, uranium is one of the heaviest element and its mass is about 238 and its binding energy per nucleon is 7.5 MeV. From the graph, we see that the binding energy per nucleon first increases between mass number between 0 to 80 and then starts decreasing further. So friends, with this our video ends. If you liked my way of teaching and understood this chapter, then please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.